What's up, guys, and welcome back. We got more SLI Invitational here as Midas Club Victory going to take on Infamous. Lower bracket action, so the stakes are pretty darn high, and the competition should be high as well. I'm Mike Loris, going to be your caster for this game. Unfortunately, had a little bit of an issue. SG Esports versus Youth Fury was supposed to play now, and they are playing now. We have two games going at the same time, and unfortunately, I can only be in one place at the same time. And I decided to go for this one. I don't know if you guys would approve of that. I just kind of went for it. I mean, there's no good decision there, right? There are streams of that game. I promise. They just might not be in English. I don't know. I can only do so much, right, guys? So either way, Infamous is going to be taking on Midas Club Victory. Winner of this is going to face the winner of the other game, the SG Esports versus Youth Fury game. So it should be pretty interesting. Infamous just, well, the reason why we had this scheduling conflict was because Infamous had to play a game in a different tournament, went up against Leviathan and pretty much crushed them. And, you know, that's a pretty good start. It's a pretty good start to the day, or middle of the day, however far along they are in their day. This is also a pretty good start to their day, at least in their later stage in the day, Night Stalker, which is, I suppose, a better start to their night, because, well, Night Stalker is not that good during the daytime, but somehow actually led him through the pool, and Infamous are going to waste no time grabbing that one for themselves. Noteworthy heroes still in the pool. Not the Kunkka. I was actually going to say the Necrophos, which does feel like teams are, you know, not super huge on. Like, they'll still pick it up. First phase, pretty frequently, but we can see just with this opening for Midas Club, they're okay. They're okay just leaving it in the pool for a little while longer. Infamous may just want to pick up some different heroes as well. So I certainly think it's powerful because of just so many reasons. I don't have to explain to you guys why Necrophos is good, right? The real power of that hero is that it, like, you know, messes up the enemy's lanes. It messes up their snowball potential. It ensures you have comeback potential. It just does it all. But still going to opt for some different heroes from Midas Club, which is going to push Infamous towards different heroes of their own. Not completely sold on the Kunkka just yet. You know, it's been kind of mediocre, but, you know, sometimes really good, sometimes really bad. In my opinion, does not make for a good first pick. You want your first pick hero to be, in general, very consistent. Not quite the Kunkka, although he doesn't really have any particular setup right now, and that's still a possibility in the future. Going for a Faceless Void as well is going to mark themselves with a lot of team fight. Now, we've seen Faceless Void in many lanes, many capacities. That Chronosphere is pretty darn oppressive, but only under certain conditions. If you're core Faceless Void, then yeah, Chronosphere into just hit the enemy is usually going to use some pretty good work. It's really hard to save allies from that, unless Infamous want to core Silencer and, like, get a Dazzle or something like that. Like, really weird stuff. So saving from the Faceless Void is going to be an issue, but if it's not going to be a core Faceless Void, or if he's going to go for a tanky target, the Silencer counter from Infamous is going to be pretty darn powerful. Pretty easy play, honestly, for the Silencer. As long as you're not caught in that Chronosphere, if you see a Chronosphere go down, there's a very high chance you're going to be pressing that Global Silence button. And if it is just the Faceless Void right-clicking, it's some decent damage, but it's not going to crush your entire team. Like, if you don't cast that spell, there's a boat, there's a torrent, and then your whole team is probably going to be crushed. So Infamous do have an answer. As far as responsive answers are concerned, they would like some more assertive answers, and by that I mean ways to get on top of the Faceless Void, ways to prevent Midas Club from initiating on their own terms. Infamous would want to initiate first and try to avoid that altogether. That's exactly why we see the Bat Rider and the Puck being banned out here. And Infamous still, with the Night Stalker, aren't really the worst at initiating. At least in the early game, the Night Stalker certainly is good at doing that. They would like some hero that's able to jump in very confidently and start those engagements. Shaker seems like he might just be a hero that is going to do that.
5 seconds remaining.
Going for a hero like Bloodseeker can do it in a slightly different manner. Can also make sure you have a pretty good answer to that Faceless Void. Midas Club are going to grab the Necrophos. Infamous have already banned out the Ancient Apparition themselves, which is fairly interesting. I mean, yeah, it's good with the Faceless Void, but it is going to limit their pick now, since they have to deal with the Necrophos, and they are going to have to deal with his Ghost Shroud. Again, Silences up against Necrophos is very powerful. We do see Necrophos very frequently get enough farm to pick up an item that is able to dispel the silence off of him, or just get him to a tanky enough degree with, you know, Veil build up, a Hood build up, Just all these, general survivability items where the Global Silence isn't going to kill him outright, and he'll be able to survive after all is said and done. Yet still, I would like to see Infamous get, Diffusal Blade heroes. The pool of heroes who initiate and also get Diffusal Blade are not really, it's not really super deep. That's not really a very common thing. But still, I know 2 of the cores from Midas Club's side, very susceptible to being silenced and very burstable as well. The supporting crew of Infamous right now, I assume both these 2 heroes aren't really super heavy in the burst, so that is somewhat of a concern. But if they are able to get any sort of burst, then yeah, they should be able to just lock down these heroes and kill them off in a hurry. And it is going to be that Shaker. Burst, initiation, it's almost as if they were listening to me the entire time. Going to assume a Faceless Void for the safe lane here. Midas Club should likely also put the Necrofrost over in mid. Going up against the Night Stalker, there are lanes you can put up to deal with the Necrofrost, but not really many that you can put up to actually dominate him. I wonder if Infamous can fit a Pugna here. Pugna would actually be pretty sick. The Nether Ward is incredibly powerful up against the Necrofrost, and if you're up against Faceless Void as a core Pugna, you actually can save your allies from that Chronosphere, which is again a very rare thing coming out from heroes in general, especially cores. Might leave them a little bit lacking in the scaling department. They might want to have someone who's a little bit more smashy. Right now, Midas Club, go ahead and get even more teamfight. Jakiro the pick, certainly susceptible to that global silence. Like, Midas Club have to make sure that they are dealing with the enemy silencer as best they can, or else this Chronosphere combo that Midas Club are building might not work at all. But Jakiro and Faceless Void is a pretty safe lane, if that is actually going to be the lane setup for the Midas Club side. Add an optional Kunkka on top of that, and yeah, you're probably going to be able to lock out the Earthshaker pretty well. Infamous, on the other hand, opting for a little bit of extra burst. Not many answers from the Queen of Pain as far as countering the Necrofrost and Faceless Void and their ability to cast spells till she gets that Orchid. And we'll see what order she actually wants to build that in. Eul Scepter on Queen of Pain, I like it quite a bit, but only in certain situations. This doesn't seem like one of those situations. It does seem like Orchid Rush might just be the build here for, I would assume, Leo style. But again, it's all about the burst for Infamous. It is some way of initiating once you do get that Orchid. So it looks like safe lane for Infamous, off lane for Midas Club. The heroes that they're going to be searching for still can be an off lane Faceless Void. And up against a Silencer and a Night Stalker, and so far an unknown safe laner, you could get away with that. Perhaps for Infamous, they're going to pick up something like an Ursa. And that could certainly put the screws to a Faceless Void, just look at a lot of burst damage. And is a decent hero to have versus the Necrofrost as well. Yeah, because Ursa will be willing to buy a Diffusal Blade. Along those same lines, Weaver should be in consideration here for the Infamous side. It is maybe a little bit tough going up against this amount of crowd control from the Midas Club end of things. We're going to have a lot of safe lane hate. Both sides reading this Faceless Void as the off lane and Earthshaker as the off lane. Is there a safe lane that actually crushes Void? Not really. I mean, I suppose Clinks will have a good matchup in there, but isn't going to really be crushing him necessarily.
5 seconds.
They could put a Queen of Pain in that lane and grab someone else for Leo style in mid. That won't be too bad. It does seem like, though, they just need someone to really lay in the scaling damage. Queen of Pain scaling, Earthshaker scaling, it's not the worst. But it's really hard to scale up in damage to keep up with the fact that Necrofrost and Faceless Void are going to be scaling up in tankability. I have a feeling they're just going to, pick Bloodseeker. I feel like every single team just ends up doing that. It's like, what do we want for the last pick? It's a mystery. Safe lane? Well, we'll just get a Bloodseeker. We'll see what works there. And I don't really like that. I want to see something like a PA. Anti-Mage seems like he could actually find a lot of success here as well. A lot of mobility then on the Infamous side. I'm really favoring these agility kind of soft cores. Maybe ill-advised up against Necrofrost, but you will have to commit pretty much everything in your arsenal as Midas Club if you're going to kill a hero that's that tanky. What'll it be, though? I mean, they have a lot of team fight already. They just need the damage. Weaver. Luna. Luna's okay. It's for sure going to add a lot of that burst component. Now, the issue with Luna, more so than the other heroes that I just listed, is that Luna is typically going to be much softer. Like, if you look at Luna builds, first item, or let's just say Power Treads, Mask of Madness, Dragon Lance into Hurricane Pike, Manta Style, these type of items, they're not really going to be building up super tanky on this Luna. At least they generally don't build up to be super tanky heroes. Ooh, looks like we have a safe lane Necrophos now, as the Viper's going to be taking on mid. So if you are caught in a Chronosphere or something like that as Luna, you're just dead, man. If you have like a Satanic, then maybe you can recover afterwards, but up against Necrophos, if you're caught, you're just straight dead. So it's a little bit of a risky style there, coming out from the Infamous side. And now they're going to have to also face up against this Viper. So it's going to be the Faceless Void towards the off-lane Necrophos safe Viper mid. Viper really difficult to deal with. Not so much in the matchup versus Queen of Pain, in which case Queen of Pain will do okay. Viper should be pretty safe there as well. Night Stalker may struggle to actually have any impact in that lane. Perhaps even throwing Excel towards that mid lane just for a little while, just to poke at the Viper a little bit. Get the Queen of Pain a little bit of a good start. For sure we're going to have a good amount of skirmishing back and forth, it seems. Maybe not on the infamous safe lane. Not expecting much hassle there with the Faceless Void, although Midas Club have been putting NS Art with another support hero pretty frequently. To mixed degrees of success. I don't really think it's necessarily a thing that they should be doing all the time. I don't know, can Faceless Void Jakiro beat a Luna Silencer? Seems like they could actually be fairly competitive, but the chip damage from that aura, plus the fact that Silencer just has a good amount of damage, might make that a little bit too difficult. Luna, by the way, has a sick helmet. That is like some real samurai stuff, although... Okay, that is like the sweetest helmet I've ever seen on Luna. I love it, but I'm not really sure what she's riding. I like that texture quality from my computer, guys. It's sick, right? That is definitely not Nova, and that is a travesty. Can we get out of this? There we go. So Infamous are going to be on the Dire, and it looks like this is pretty much how they're going to load out. I'm not actually sure who this guy is, and I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. That seems like a really terrible idea. But everyone else is here. You got Pepita on the offlane Shaker Leo style, going mid-quap Excel on the Silencer, and where the hell did Night Stalker go? Stinger, he's already out and about, looking to place down some obs. Speaking of ZRS, can do the same on the bottom lane. Necrophos actually going to be going there right now, along with that Jakiro. Tala is on the Viper. And top lane, is it really going to be this Dashka Kunkka with the NS Art Faceless Void? Kind of thought these supports would be swapped around a little bit. If you land a Torrent on Earthshaker, you can get quite a bit of damage on him. Look, they're going to instead settle for just slowly pushing him out of lane. Again, it's not really incredibly safe being in this matchup as Shaker to begin with. Add a Jakiro on top of that, and you're in for a little bit of an awkward time, since there's really no dodging any of these damage effects. But I like this more. Put the Jakiro up towards top lane, try to grind out the enemy Luna, and just hope to Jeebus that your torrents are going to land properly on a Shaker. Not super difficult, but Necrophos doesn't really help. Although Kunkka does have boots first, so he's going to be bouncing around pretty much everywhere. Other than that, does seem like things are pretty much as normal as can be. Excel, is he really going to walk up the high ground here? That is incredibly dangerous because this might happen. Body blocked. 1-2 shots. He's going to curse 2 heroes. Luna's going to arrive, but she's not scary enough, really. NSR's going to jump forward. One more shot. Not going to do it. They need one more. Got him. That's going to be the easiest first blood ever for Midas because Silencer walked up here. Like, I'm not really sure why you would do that. It doesn't really seem like it could benefit you. Like, I guess they know that the enemy lane is going to be Jakiro, Faceless Void, and now Kunkka, but, I mean, obviously they knew it anyway, so they're just going to full-on offensive tri-lane here, which is going to be pretty challenging for Infamous to deal with. Luna's power in offensive tri-lane really lies in the fact that she needs additional ranged heroes with her to actually easily apply that Lunar Blessing. Like, yeah, Stinger is technically getting that damage, but can he actually harass here? It's going to be very inconsistent. Sound Sword's arrival would certainly help. Curse on 2 melee heroes is very powerful ability, not to mention the fact that he is very easily going to apply that 14 damage consistently. But this is still a little bit of a grindy lane on both sides. Stinger, tanky hero, difficult to actually go for him. Art might just take a lot of damage by going for this Night Stalker. He's going to cut through the trees, he'll be just fine. Although Excel is kind of separated, there's no bash yet on the Void. They're going to jump in, cut off his escape, but he'll loop right around and he'll be fine. Another Torrent, that was slightly off. Well, let's take a quick detour around this top lane for right now, because I think we won't miss any. No? As soon as I say that, they go back in. Excel really has to be careful because of this Orb of Venom on Faceless Void. One unlucky, unfortunate bash, and he's just dead. But for Infamous over in the mid lane, again, this should be a fairly easy matchup here. Quap going up against Viper. This Blink is going to keep Quap almost completely safe, and Viper should be getting a little bit of extra corrosive skin here, so any damage that Quap puts in towards the Viper should be more or less nullified. Over towards bottom lane, we have an interesting matchup we don't really get to see all that often. I would expect Arms to have a pretty nice stranglehold on this lane. I mean, he's not going to be able to completely bar the Earthshaker from getting anything. That's just not how that works. But the fact that he has all this free sustain from his Death Pulse passive regen component means that he is going to just naturally have more HP than the Shaker. He's at range. He's got a very competitive amount of damage. Shaker is not expected to win this lane.
Gold for my chest.
Shaker and Night Stalker might help. I don't really know. I mean, Night Stalker is going to find a double damage rune, actually. This might be pretty good. The Radiant have no vision here. But the Radiant do have vision up here. And they may figure, hey, there's no Night Stalker up here. Where could he possibly be? Perhaps they're going to make that read that he is going to set up for an aggressive play on Tala. But there's really not much they could do on Tala. Like, even if Queen of Pain jumps in, daggers, and then starts right-clicking, like, first of all, they don't know what build the Viper has. Like, he could be 1-1-1. He, most likely is 1-1-1, at least to Infamous in their mind. Like, they have to assume that he has this additional magic resistance. Going for a TP play onto the bottom lane is actually, not really too common. It's pretty expensive, but the fact that he made this play is one thing. The fact that he made this play and got rewarded with a double damage rune, that's quite another. The Shaker is 1-1-1 right now, but he's not that healthy. The Shrines aren't active yet. He only has a Ring of Regen. Mango, unfortunately... I mean, Mango with Ring is actually quite a bit of regen over time. But, yeah, you gotta go now because you have the rune now. Maybe they could back off and, like, salve. If they, like, grab the rune, put the Night Stalker here, move the Earthshaker here, trade the salve, and then have the Night Stalker go back around. It'll take them a lot of time to do that. And, Arms may figure, oh, Pepita just got a courier delivery, and now he has a salve. Okay, whatever. He may not expect the Night Stalker to be the courier. But all of this is in the context of the fact that I know that Midas Club don't have any vision here. Infamous, they may not know that. They are, completely blind. They don't have this map hack vision that I do. So, like, yeah, if Infamous knew that this area was completely blind, then they would probably do something like that. But they may otherwise be a little bit too cautious. This top lane, though, Luna, 5 denies, actually. That's what happens when you push out the lane, perhaps a little bit too far. Difficulty in killing those creeps for real. But, I mean, that's still going to be a Luna struggling a little bit on this top lane. Levels going to be coming up a little bit faster now that the Night Stalker has rotated out. What level is the Kunkka? He's level 2, though. That's the danger mark. Jakiro doesn't have any Ice Path or anything like that. And they will have to... either take a really long time to chase down for that Luna, or get a couple of lucky bashes, and, that's possible as well. Overall, though, this Midas Club side, with this, let's say, unconventional offensive tri-lane, I think actually going to find a pretty decent amount of success here. it's not going to crush this lane. I mean, Faceless Void offensive tri-lanes are, yeah, that's, yeah. You got to roll lucky, man. You got to pray to the RNG gods for that 10%er. Jakiro on offensive tri-lanes is good if he's, like, grinding out that lane with, like, a Venomancer. Like, if it was Jakiro, Venomancer, and Venge or CM or something like that, I could see that working out. But Kunkka, you know, is a very bursty offensive tri-lane hero. Like, he wants to go for the kills and then get the kills instead of just weaken the enemy, because he can't really weaken the enemies with any of his kit. So kind of pulling in a couple different directions here, but Infamous and their lack of lane control may just, you know, drop a lot of HP to this regardless. Wow. And in classic SA fashion, yeah, we got ourselves internet problems. Absolutely fantastic. Guys, if you're looking for the SGE Youth Fury game, it is not going to be here. I'm fairly certain that you can find some non-English streams here. Non-English streams for those games. But we had a little bit of a scheduling issue. And by we, I mean Infamous. Not me. Definitely not me. It wasn't my fault. Although if it makes you guys feel any better, you can blame me. I'll allow it. I wonder if they're actually going to set up for arms here. If Night Stalker goes all the way to, like, around here, which I can't draw on the map because it's paused, but if he goes right here and then charges in a Void with double damage, he may just force the Necrophos to Death Pulse a little bit too early, which means that Necrophos therefore doesn't have enough time to address this Earth Shaker. If the Fissure does land on the Shaker, he's in trouble. It's not going to do, like, perfectly lethal damage. Like, Death Pulse's damage output is not that high. Oh, they're just going to go. No asking to go. Just unpause. Night Stalker, what's the play here? Grab the rune. Grab both runes. Okay. Shaker is getting some pretty valuable time here to regenerate up. Heartstopper, only level 1, is actually going to break even. But Night Stalker is taking a long road here. Pepita has to be a little bit careful in this top lane. Arms got a couple CS, and he is thinking about going a little bit deep here. But now the TP is set up, and the trap is sprung. Fissure will land. They land the curse, and now the double damage is going to start to apply some serious DPS. He does Ghost Shroud, but he does not have the ability to heal himself because of the silence. They are just going to try to work him down. One more shot is all they need. Did he get juked? Oh, he got juked so hard, but they still see him now, and they should have him, and they will. Double damage rune, making all the difference there. Stinger is going to take the least elegant path to that kill, but it is a kill nonetheless. Since they're getting ground out of these lanes, a much needed kill, because as soon as I made that point before about this Luna, we see NSR just skyrocketing in effectiveness in farm, and Luna is going to get out. No, X Mark's going to cancel that. You throw her towards the bottom lane for perhaps slightly easier farm. Although it seems like there may be a couple of heroes giving chase here. The Earthshaker is going to go towards the top lane, a lane where he still probably will find just as much success. They really are interested in keeping this Luna down. And Luna can start returning fire in a reasonable way in, you know, level 4-ish. Till then, though, this is not fun. This is not fun at all. There's nothing that Excel can really do to help out, except for get the occasional deny. Not bad. X Marks, though, goes on to Excel. Torrent is there. No chainstone with the Jakiro. They do have a Death Pulse, and Excel is just going to get right-clicked down. Curse is a handful of heroes, but it's entirely irrelevant. Lane's working out really well here for the Midas Club side. In the meantime, Stinger looking to do something mid. Level 3 Night Stalker is pretty inconsequential versus a Viper. There is no Sonic Wave either, so they don't have that finishing blow. They do have a Silencer coming in. This is going to be a really slow kill. Void is there. There's no dagger for further slow. Scream and right clicks is all they have right now, and Talo's just going to sit there and fight. It looks like he will resign himself to death. Leo style, taking quite a bit of poison over time, but far from lethal damage, and they'll have the Shrine to crack into. So difficult kills for sure, but kills that are successful nonetheless. And It's really tough there for Night Stalker to have a significant impact, but you get the kill, and that is the second kill for the team. Second kill where Excel is able to snag that int. However, as great as that is for those heroes for the Queen of Pain, it's kind of leaving Luna out to dry. She's stuck on this bottom lane, has to probably beam for last hits, and it's only level 1 beam right now, even though it probably should be level 2. Life is tough here for the Luna. Now, if they're able to give Luna enough space to get Mask of Madness and then to farm the jungle with it, you can very easily see, and you very frequently do see, Luna's making a pretty good recovery. The unfortunate part of that is she doesn't even have power treads yet. She is nowhere close to anything resembling a Mask of Madness. Stinger's gonna start a fight 2v1. I mean, yeah, you're Night Stalker, but that's gonna hurt a lot. One more skull is gonna chase him down, won't kill him. Will it even hit him? This is interesting stuff, guys. This is for science. Apparently, Night Stalker level 3 can outrun a Death Pulse. I did not know that. I mean, I could have theorized it, but now we know for sure. Scan will reveal a handful of heroes coming in, and Vita in the meantime is duking it out with the Faceless Void. Has to go for these burst kills on the Void. And doesn't really have a ton of burst simply because he only has 1 point in Enchant Totem. Still, this is the correct build to have here. He is trying to just set up for that level 6. If you're able to land the Echo Slam first, you can kill him off. They're going to set up now for the Jakiro. They're adding Leo style to the mix. It's an absolute necessity that they get this Queen of Pain involved in these kills. And it looks like with right clicks and beam or just a blink scream, they'll take her down. They see Dashka thinking about going for him as well, but we'll decide against it. Leo style is the hero that is the most capable at this point in the game. So the more action he gets, the more snowball he will have. And the more space he'll buy for his Luna, who desperately needs it at this point. Yeah, but every single time you leave that lane, Viper's just going to go in full force, and every single time you leave this lane, they're just going to jump in for the Luna. She does have 14 stick charges. We'll decide not to use any of them. Probably should have. They did have the Queen of Pain come in. She doesn't have a ton of mana, though. Dash going to try to TP out. Right clicks are not enough. And they will take down the Jakiro in response, but loses Silencer and the Luna now. Leo style has another blink in 1 second. Jukes into the trees, but can't blink out. That's another Toxin level 2. They get the Scythe onto the Night Stalker, doing quite a bit of damage. He has stick charges. He'll deploy them, but this time the Skull is going to connect because he has nowhere to run to. Double kill for Arms and ultimately a 4 kill for Midas. That was, I'm not sure, the play there. I mean, stick charges will let you survive for a little while longer. There's no guarantee that you survive completely if you use the stick charges, but just that small amount of time, forcing the enemies to chase you just a little bit further, when you have a Queen of Pain coming in, should be the play. Perhaps a little bit too focused on the clutch and not on the sacrifice play of this Luna. You can see she is not feeling this game at all. This is not your conventional Luna build. This is the, I'm kind of screwed right now, I have to try to recover build. Gonna drop a Chronosphere onto this Earthshaker. He does have an Echo Slam right now. He can't really get close enough to actually use it with the Aftershock, though. NSR's just gonna run circles around him. Dilation actually completely misses, but now here comes the Queen of Pain. Sonic Wave, taking no chances here. Luna arriving a little bit too late for the beam. They will get a very nice kill on the Void involving the Shaker now. Plus they draw out the Chronosphere. Plus, of course, Pizza survives. And Leo Style is going to try to just carry this team on his back. We have seen Leo Style do incredible things in the past. So, you know, if there's someone, especially from the mid lane, you want to carry your game, trusting Leo Style to do it, at least as far as the SA scene is concerned, probably hard to find better. But still, it's only a Quap. He's only a man. And you will have a long cooldown on that Sonic Wave. Also is going to get pulled right back in. Has a blink out. Viper Strike does quite a bit of damage, but with stick charges and bottle, it's actually not going to do nearly enough. Unsuccessful setup. Setting up for Arms, perhaps. Pita is going to be able to land the Echo Slam. Chain stun, pretty good, but the damage is kind of pathetic. He's just going to try to turn around, do some couple right clicks, has a sight, so Pita has to be really careful here. Right click still onto Arms, has another heal. He's going to hold it for as long as possible, and now turn around, get the sight, but it's too late, he's already dead. That did a lot of damage with that right click. That's 12 int now on the silencer. They're able to take down arms, again keeping Pepita alive. And these supports doing quite a lot of aggressive work, particularly the silencer. I mean, the Night Stalker is perhaps doing more, but he's expected to do more. The silencer is not expected to make super aggressive rotations like that, and he's actually getting paid off in a big way. Net worth-wise, maybe not so much, but for sure getting this int swing is going to make him just do a little bit more damage, and that extra damage, as you can see down in that bottom lane, is sometimes hard to account for. Now, of course, all these rotations are costing them a lot of this lane control. Midas Club are not rotating. Not as much, at least. Occasional Kunkka movements, rather irrelevant in the grand scheme of things. That's going to mean that the Faceless Void, he's happily farming this top lane. Tala's even going to join him. A little bit of tower push action. What level is this Liquid Fire? It's level 2. Not bad at all. You have a catapult here as well, so this tower is probably going to go down for free. There's nothing Luna can do about this. This, though, I'm not sure about this build. Now, I don't... cards on the table, I don't think I've ever seen a Luna in this day and age not go for a build to get Eclipse. Oh, that Viper Strike missed. Nice blink. Like, you kind of always see beam builds. I understand her going for this build and the kind of recovery power farm build in this game. Arms doesn't have a ton of mana here because he used Barrier. Stinger does have Flight. Does he? He does. He's just not. Art is here with the Chronosphere available. Leo Style is going to get caught by it, but takes down the Kunkka beforehand. They won't even lose Stinger. Really? They will eventually, but not to the scythe. Fissure is good to wall off the Faceless Void. They'll take him down, making it a double. To the Infamous side, Excel should be okay to walk out of here towards the shrine. It's not charged up, but I'm not sure if Midas Club know that. They may assume that it is, in fact, healing right now. Losing a Night Stalker, a small price to pay for that huge set of kills. And Infamous are just fighting better. Wow, this Luna's actually 1-3-3. This is like a build that I used to go for as like a joke when... I mean, usually you don't go for this build because you want your Eclipse. She doesn't have Eclipse, she's just trying to farm. Which means that if she gets caught, she's 100% screwed. There used to be a patch, guys, where Eclipse would always take a level 4 beam, no matter what. So this would be the build, except it would be 0-4-4 with Eclipse. It was pretty awesome. It was really dumb, but it was really awesome also. I have a feeling that this is not the correct way of doing this, though. I have a feeling if you want to do this, then you have to do 1-4-3 at this time. Because the last point in Moonglaves is 6 bounces. I mean, yeah, you do get that damage penalty every single time, but probably better than 8 damage. Like, the additional bounce will probably do more than 8. And of course, that's assuming you're clearing stacks. If you're only killing 3 creeps at a time, then you don't really need that many bounces. Stingers looking to set up another kill. Well, there's only a silencer. Never mind. If they had a Queen of Pain here, Arcane Rune and Sonic Wave, that's some powerful stuff right there. Excel has a lot of int here. Luna is just going to go for the A move build. You just press A, and then you click on the enemy base, and then you just kill everything. Easy game. You can see she's actually recovered pretty well in net worth. Still not entirely where she wants to be, but this is like, what, a good 5 minutes at least where they have not needed the Luna just by making these space creating plays. I bet right about now they wish they had an Eclipse, though. There's a Global Silence here. Pepita's going to blink in. Echo Slam onto a lot. Sonic Wave as well as the Global Silence. Perfectly layered. They are going to take down the Viper, but the Necros gets away. And now here's the turnaround. Macropyre, boat in the Chronosphere. This is going to hurt a lot. They're all going to go down. Leo Style as well. And that is a 1-for-4 exchange as they grouped up a little bit too much around that bubble. Midas are going to absolutely destroy Infamous on top lane. Arms got a kill there, so he's back at full HP. But it's really all about that chrono and all about that synergy. I was smack talking Macropyre the other day, but Macropyre is such a different spell when you have the Faceless Void on your team. It becomes actually useful. And of course, Kunkka Boat, super easy to throw that in as well. Luna's build is the weirdest stuff I've ever seen in my life. Eclipse being there wouldn't, maybe would have also taken down the Necrophos, but odds are she dies if she goes in there anyway. She's gonna find a couple of illusions. Is going to unsuccessfully scout this Roche with them. She just had no idea. She's gonna send them out to do farming, I guess. Kind of. I mean, yeah, Midas Club are taking Roche in the meantime. These illusions have like no agility, so they're barely doing anything here. There's no Sonic Wave, there's no Echo Slam. This Roche, though, maybe a little bit slow. Illusion now is going to confirm what's going on, but little too little, little too late. Gone down, that's what Vlad's giving Infamous these, giving Midas Club these options. Liquidfire now level 3. We've already taken down quite a few of the Infamous structures. Looks like they're going to go for more, and I don't really think Infamous can fight over this tower. They will have their ultimates soon, but even if they did have their ultimates right now, it's probably better to just back off and do exactly this. When you have all this damage with Lunar Blessing, you may as well go for a push.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower.
The style is doing the same thing top lane. TP coming in from the Kunkka, not quite in time to get an X marks. It's a 1-for-2 tower trade. Ultimately, that's actually not too bad for Infamous considering the situation. That tower was dead anyway. The problem is going to continue over this bottom lane, though, where the Luna has to TP out. Can't TP out yet because X marks and boat. And now has to start it right away. Start it right now and you have a chance. Oh, time walk. Blind chrono, too late. Whew. That was close. They may not know, though, that the Faceless Void used his Chronosphere there. It's, you know, maybe they're still going to fear it, so maybe they're still going to concede a lot more ground than they really should. But the Luna survives. You're not going to complain about that. And hey, now look, Luna has a almost ordinary build by now. 2 towers down in favor of Infamous in this downtime. Only 1 tower down so far for Midas, but they're going to look to make it an even 2-2. By even 2-2, I mean 2 tier 2s for 2 tier 1s, so not at all even. But this build, you know what this build does well? It pushes well. If you can actually get a creep wave, you can kill everything really quickly. Tower will be taken down on the bottom lane. They have the Aegis still. Necrophos may want these additional items on his hero before he actually comes in. Eclipse here onto the Kunkka. Only level 3 beam, still gonna get the kill. X marks not gonna be pulling back the Luna yet. Now will. Ice Path gonna land. And with the Viper poison attacks now, Luna is unfortunately dead zone. She has, though, recovered, as you can see. Second place in the net worth. Queen of Pain still in the lead. Sonic Wave at this point, level 2. Just cutting creep waves. Midas seemed to be feeling a little bit of pressure here. The Luna did use her Eclipse there. Fairly expensive cooldown right now, but not nearly as expensive as a Global Silence or an Echo Slam. Especially when you're looking to push up high ground. Unfortunately, Shaker, not quite at that level 2 slam just yet. I think he should be able to absorb it out of this wave pushing in. It's going to be a little bit close. Probably Fissure just wall, wait for the tower to kill off the creeps. He really needs that experience. He's going to slowly creep forward. I mean, obviously, they still don't know if the Chronosphere is up or not. So he's a little bit concerned. And, well, they're going to take down Dashka in the middle of nowhere. That's not bad. They really don't want to make a fight happen, regardless of the fact they've taken down the Kunkka. Because they had to use a Sonic Wave for it, though. There's no more Creep Wave. Leo style still being an annoying little bugger on this mid lane. So I guess that's one way to stop a push. Now Shaker should be able to get level 12. Gotta get that EXP, man. A level 2 Echo Slam is gonna make a world of difference here. Not because, you know, the bump in damage is absolutely necessary in and of itself, but add it onto everything else Infamous have in the team fight, and that might make the difference. You shall not pass. Unfortunately for them, Viper doesn't care for passing, nor does Arms. Still right-clicking. Sick Necrophos damage, plus 40. They're going to just chip at him a little bit. Random spells being thrown out, and he still has that barrier. as well as obviously a ton of
Radiant's
healing.
top tower has fallen.
This tower is dropping slowly. Top lane is taken down by the Luna, getting a lot of farm in the meantime, and Midas are committing all 5 heroes here to do, in total, well, 1,300 HP worth of damage, and they can't even continue the push because Leo Style again is being an asshole in this mid lane. However, there's a Faceless Void on the trail, and he's going to walk right into a Necrophos. There's another Eul Scepter here, and he'll land right into a Chronosphere. That Scythe was way off, but he still has a Eul Scepter, which will dodge the boat. He has a blink out. He'll blink to the left. The chase is on. Oh, there's another blink in 2 seconds. Bash, bash. They get a bash, and they get an X marks. They're going to pull him right back, and they got him. Yeah, it can only work for so long. I appreciate the heart in these plays, but again, it's only going to work occasionally. Smoke, though, this might work. They know that they pull out the Scythe and the Chrono. I don't think they have any illusions that there's no Viper ultimate, but they do see a Viper anyway. Blink Echo. There's the Initiation, Global Silence, and the Eclipse. They used everything for that Viper. They have to leave, I think. I mean, still there's a Necrophos and a Faceless Void on the other side. That is all their power being expended there with no Queen of Pain available to reinforce. That is, I'm not sure if it's worth it. I say use 2 of the 3 ultimates that you just used, and that is the safest way to go. But obviously, when you're dealing with a Viper, a hero that tanky, you don't really want to take chances. You don't really know who's right around the corner. Ice Path or a quick boat can very easily mess that up. Like, once Viper gets rum on him, I don't know if you guys know this, but Viper is a really mean drunk. It's true. So in this downtime, Midas Club may have a chance to make a play. That is, if they're able to maintain a creep wave. Leo Style's going to wander into arms. Eul Scepter for an Ice Path setup. Macro Pyre as well. Fissure's going to cancel the combo. Leo Style can blink out. He also has a regen rune, so he's able to pull out a Scythe. And they continue. Well, X marks. Going to be there. Regen rune. Going to give him quite a bit of juice. Force Staff out. Has another blink. Into the Shrine. Excel is going to separate away from him. He's going to get targeted down now. We can see he's just trying to buy time because this is happening in the meantime. This is happening in the meantime. Excel may fall, but it's a silencer who doesn't have global silence. And actually, it'll work out pretty well so that when he respawns, he'll have his ultimate. Leo Style is going to find Dashka, who is going to actually juke out the Queen of Pain, overshoots. Still he has the Shrine, still he has a Faceless Void right on the corner with backup. Pita doesn't have a chance to wall off the high ground this time. Not much of a creep wave here yet. Here it comes. The tower is forfeit, but still we have a Luna being a little rat. Is now going to retreat. 15 seconds off. 4 seconds off. That was a misclick. That is what you do when you're just pacing back and forth, and then the shrines just activate automatically because Valve still hasn't fixed that yet. Stinger, Void. Here comes the Torrent combo. Glimmer Cape is going to do quite a bit of work here, but still slow roasting. Is there anyone split pushing? Is anyone doing anything annoying? No. Everyone in Infamous looking for a head-on fight. And it looks like they are not quite heading the right direction. Luna is off in the Ancients. Blind Torrent, jump forward from NS. This is concerning. Infamous may not... They definitely do have enough power to take a fight. But it does seem like they are not entirely all on the same page right now. Whereas Midas Club, they've been 5-manning for a while. Taking out a tier 3 is going to get them Shrine access, which is going to make Roche access a lot more difficult for Infamous in the near future. Net worth-wise, Infamous actually do have a little bit of a lead in experience. Wow, that's actually a really large lead. That's the 5-man difference right there. If you 5-man, you cut your experience gain by a lot. And Infamous have been avoiding that like the plague. Luna with Manta Style and also an Illusion Rune. Yeah, sometimes lucky. Actually, a lot of split push here. Oh, baby. Got all of them, despite... I don't think she was actually right-clicking, last-hitting, rather. She was just auto-attacking.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Well, the Luna has recovered. The Shaker isn't exactly super wealthy, but he has pretty much anything he wants right now. So now can Infamous make a big play here? They have their big teamfight ultimates. More importantly than that, though, they have a target in the enemy Viper. He isn't any more tanky than he was before, but of course, there's only 2 heroes down here, both of whom are kind of concerned about going in. Blink Echo Slam into an Eclipse is really strong, but again, it's only a Viper. Much rather save it for a situation like this, although I'm not convinced Infamous know what this is going on. Roshan has a lot of debuffs on him as far as his attack speed is concerned. He actually sees attack speed, 2.78 seconds. There's the sight from the Night Stalker, so they have an exact read. Oh, Force Staff in from Stinger. Is he gonna be able to grab it? Yes, he gets it! And that denies it crucially to the Midas Club side. He is not going to have flight to get out of there, but it seems like it doesn't matter because we have rats in the building. Luna is just shoving it in. Stinger making a huge play there, opening up the map in a huge way. We can see Leo Style, being a little bit of a rat himself, is going to blink out, though he does have to watch out for this Faceless Void, Time Walk, and Chronosphere. No Yule Scepter in defense. There is a Lincoln Sphere here, so Viper Strike won't work. In fact, it's not even up. Force Staff would dodge the Ice Path. Stinger again! Oh my god, Stinger, have mercy. That was clutch as hell twice in a row. Is going to save the Quap, continue the ratting on so many fronts. And Pepita, as well as Luna, will both back out of this bottom lane. They deny the enemy team their Roshan and get quite a bit of tower damage here. And it's obviously, you know, tower damage is one thing, it's not quite a tower, but man, those are some slick ass plays. Not gonna lie, that was really impressive. They also are able to pull out a Chronosphere. It's gonna be Agged soon. I love Agg's Faceless Void, a lot more than I should. Maybe it's because I'm bad, so I always have bad Chronospheres, so it's like, well, now I can have more of them. So you can use that giant one-man stun more often. But I mean, if you're gonna go for a Vlad's Blink build as his Faceless Void, you kind of have to go for the Ags. It just makes sense. Like, you're an initiator above all else, and as far as damage is concerned, Viper has it in spades. Obviously, you're working with the Scythe from Necrophos, though it isn't amplified in any way just yet. There's no Veil on the team. It's still a Scythe. He's gonna go for Radiance afterwards. I would imagine an Ags will follow that. Now, this is going to be a surprising play. This is exactly where Global Silence is at its strongest. When you're caught by surprise, sometimes you just gotta jam that ultimate button.
Time is money.
Smoke looks like we'll smoke gank the shrine. Oh my god! The shrine never saw it coming. Oh, rip shrine. What a disaster. It's a disaster. I got it. You guys know that buildings also give you Death Pulse regen? It's true. Stinger, though, on the prowl, is going to run into a Necrophos with Yule's Pipe and Cheese by himself. Now, you know, Stinger's clearly a baller, but this is an impossible task. He needs to wait for another 5-10 seconds, because now his Goon Squad is coming in, and this is quite the squad. Oh, the Echo Slam is dodged by the Yules, but Pizza whiffs it completely, and now he's caught in the Chronosphere. There's going to be not much follow-up because of that Global Silence. Eclipse on the offsets of the Luna is going to do a lot of damage here. Bursts down the Faceless Void, and they also take down the Necrophos, despite that beautiful Chrono. And the whiff play from Pepita. Still, the Quap and the Luna are farmed enough to just clean house. Tala is going to get his TP canceled. He's also going to hit the deck. As off to the side, Dashka is going to piece on out of there. Couldn't cast a single thing. Global Silence, pretty good spell, I hear. As Infamous are going to, let's say, whiff that initiation. But does it matter? Not really. They still clean house because of that absolutely picture-perfect Eclipse. You don't really get opportunities like that, where you're Luna, the Chronosphere is right there, and you're right there. So you're like, oh, well, I guess I just press my ultimate button and kill everyone right now. Super easy to do there from the Luna, but also, it's just good initiation style there from Infamous. Now, the execution had a lot to be desired. Obviously, that wasn't exactly how that was supposed to work. But keeping the Luna off on the other end of the fight, like, everyone came from this path right here. 4 heroes from Infamous came down this path. Luna came down this path. That ensured that if there was any shenanigans with the Faceless Void, she would not be caught. Now, there's a chance that the enemies are all here and then Luna's all alone and she dies, but with the BKB, the chances of that happening are rather slim. So a good spread from Infamous. And Silencer also. Now up to 22 intelligence stolen. Again, as long as he's not the one in the front, and really, he never should be. Gonna get that global silence off. And he's not really super wealthy. He's actually the poorest in the game, but as far as impact is concerned, sure as hell blows the Jakiro out of the water.
Gold from my chest.
Incredible fight from Infamous. Now the only downside here, like the serious downside, is that Infamous can only do that every so often. Long cooldowns here, though. They will have it all back up in just 20 seconds. Midas Club may get to a point where they can look to abuse that. Although if Leo style, he sees not all that much. He's going to jump in towards the trees. This is the Radiant Vision. So Leo style, I think, is gone by now. Is he gone? No, not quite. Okay, now he's gone. He got level 20 off of that, off of just like stealing experience from random jungling. It's not bad. And also is pretty darn. Oh wait, this is not the right vision. Sorry guys. Also is pretty loaded. Shiva's guard gonna help him quite a bit. They will find Dashka off on the side. Stinger is by himself, but he did get the silence off on the Kunkka, so X marks is just that. No combo. And everyone's gonna walk away. This build from Knights, what is the skill build? Scythe is gonna do like 0 damage. So Arms, that is not how that ability works. Echo Slam though, forced by Pepita, as a Blink Dagger will leap over the ice path. There's a Yule Scepter here, so Jakiro's pretty fast, but they think he's in the trees, and they are so wrong. He just walked out. Now they did get the Echo Slam for free, which is a pretty useful tool there for Infamous. We saw in the last fight, Infamous don't really need the Echo Slam if they land in Eclipse and a Global Silence, so yeah, it's good for sure, but it's not exactly the game that they would really want. But this build on Night Stalker is so freaking crazy, man.
Yes.
Now, I feel like in 80% of the games, at least Night Stalker is going to be maxing out Void first, like, and keeping Crippling Fear at its lowest possible level. Crippling Fear in this game is incredible, so, like, to be fair, the extra second of effect may just make a difference here. It's just really weird to see this type of build where everything's balanced. So that's count it now 2 weird builds for Infamous. Luna's got a freaking butterfly. This is the flash farm power of Luna. I think still Anti-Mage is slightly faster, but I mean, there's no Anti-Mage in this game. Luna sure as hell kicks Viper's ass in farming. Necrophos as well, since he's gone for this build and then is not actually going for Radiance. BKB into Ags. His farm speed is not that bad. Like, there are certainly worse farmers, such as a Faceless Void who doesn't have any attack speed, or a Maelstrom or something like that. So these Midas Club heroes are just not getting as much gold as at least this Luna. They will find a Queen of Pain, AFK, and now is going to take a boat in the face. Yule Scepter not castable. Scythe down with no buyback because she just bought a Shiva's Guard. Oh, that's not good. Stinger as well is not in a good spot here. X marks not casted. Oh no, was casted. Never mind. They pull him right back in, but there is no true sight. Finally, Dust goes out. They have another X mark soon. Echo Slam, it's available, but even if it may land on everyone, it doesn't matter. They just have to sacrifice Stinger. Don't do it, Shaker. I know you want to. You can't do it. He also doesn't have any buyback. Bro, buyback is pretty good. Silencer is pushing top. Luna, though, is in the jungle. She's not able to hold this back, so it's a minute of tough defense here. Arms also messing with Pizza, or maybe vice versa. Pizza's going to Force Staff out. Blink in a few seconds. The Jakiro is going to teleport back as well. The top lane and bottom lane pushing. Maybe they've defended here. It's only the Viper and a Chronosphere Void. That should be able to kill off a Luna, but not a Luna and a Silencer. That is going to be a little bit tougher. It looks like they've held. Just barely, though. Just barely. I mean, Luna's a monster. And Viper cannot kill off a Luna very easily. You can kite the Luna. You do have more range than she does. But Viper doesn't have any way of getting through this evasion. Nor does the Faceless Void. So they really are in a tough spot right now. Oh, especially if the Faceless Void goes down here. Echo Slam onto one. They blow him up and they also Global Silence. That's going to mean that they have to get more from this. Glimmer Cape, as Luna pushes forward, will run around the ice path. Now has a chance. Slow some heroes down with the beam. Jump forward. Earthshaker is going to try to pin down Dashka. And they also have the Jakiro in sights with the Shiva's Guard. They'll take him down. Now looking for the third pick, actually, in the Kunkka, who's just making a desperate run for it. But there's a Queen of Pain on the other side. It has another Blink soon and a Yule Scepter. Chases forward. They do see Dashka, but he's right next to a Viper. Sonic Wave and Scream can get the kill. There it is. There's a Yule Scepter here on the Queen of Pain. She'll buff out all that poison and then blink out of there. And Infamous use the vast majority of their team fight. Minus that Eclipse. But to get that many heroes is worth it. To get that many heroes with a Roche afterwards, I don't know if you can get any more worth it than that. It's double life and cheese on a Luna. Now, cheese is not really easy to use in this game. You're up against Scythe, which is like one of the best anti-cheese tools next to an Ice Blast, as well as a Chronosphere, which is, you know, probably a close third. So I'm not really sure if cheese is going to get value here, but hey, if you can draw out a Scythe just to take out this first life on the Luna, that's a godsend. They're going to try to make a push off this double damage rune. That might be a mistake because they don't have any of their ultimates. But they're only going to commit Luna right now. Look at the glaives. Oh my god. What is that line again? Oh yeah, look at it go. Witch Doctor, where you at? They're going to still just push on this high ground with just the Luna. Glaives. Well, there is the boat coming in. Ice Path will set up for it, but it's glimmered. Here's the Chronosphere. But they don't really care because it's an Aegis, so that's kind of her job. She's not even dead yet. Okay, gets one more glaive out, now is gonna die. Now we have Operation Extraction. Saving Private Luna. Gotta get that BKB out. Scythe is there, will do very little. Now has a chance to get the cheese off. Now the turnaround in the Butterfly. Starting to shred everyone, but mostly just the creep wave actions. Everyone else is gonna get 4 stats out to a defensive enough position. Infamous do not have their big ultimates just yet. No, never mind. They all are just coming back online. Which means that it's time to play. Pizza is gonna jump in. Surprise Echo onto the Faceless Void. 4 staff out is gonna keep him alive for night now, but the Void does take him down. From that Night Stalker, top lane cleaned out. Now all their ultimates are officially down, and Infamous have used both the Aegis Cheese. That was perhaps a little bit of a rush job there. But ultimately, they are able to take down the Void. I think a couple more heroes? No, actually just the Void. Just the Void, but it's expensive. They get the Rax and the Void. I feel like if they waited for 20 seconds, they waited for 20 seconds before they picked up that double damage rune on the Luna, they would have been able to do that exact same thing, with the exception of if the enemies engage on the Luna, they will be able to back her up with Global Silence. And because of that threat of the Global Silence, they may not have even gone into Luna in the first place. Like, they may have just conceded that lane. It's not a high chance of that happening, but it's certainly a possibility. Infamous now have to back off, batten down the hatches, make sure they have buyback. And look at that. Well, all but 3 Radiant heroes have buyback. Ain't that a beautiful sight? Tier 3 and Rax down, shrines claimed. Ooh, that is going to be a Mjolnir on the Queen of Pain. Mjolnir, if you guys don't know, the best item in the game, bar none. She doesn't quite yet have that spell lifesteal talent, though. So, it'll be good, but it won't be OP insane. Neo Style may just get the talent, though, before the item comes up. We also have a Luna who's actually looking at 6 slots very soon. Mask of Madness you can choose to upgrade, but, you know, Moon Shards is pretty good on the Moon Rider. Synergy, man. Other than that, you probably keep around the other 4 items, which is way too invaluable. Maybe like Moonshard Satanic would be the way to go. Or maybe you just go for a heart, honestly. I mean, as good as Satanic is, it requires you to attack. We could see that Luna is something that the Midas Club can definitely burst down. It does feel like Midas Club are just short on damage right now. It's partially because of the Viper being a Viper, can't really farm. And Faceless Void having gone for this build, his entire job is just land Chronosphere. And to his credit, he's been doing it, but after that, you don't really have that much to offer. And of course, the Scythe as well, the main damaging hero, that Necrophos. Not agged yet, and won't be for a very long time. Does have almost enough gold for an Aghanim Scepter, but he also has to save for buyback on top of that, so that's really expensive. Never mind, he's going to say, screw buyback. I'm all in, baby. So that is going to be something Infamous really can't punish. Unless they, like, smoke up right now. Doesn't seem like they're super eager to do that, though. I wonder if they're really going to wait for this co-op to get level 25. I mean, the talent is just that powerful, so it's reasonable. Oh, they're very close to 25 on Luna as well, and they, found a double damage rune. Fair and balanced. Level 25 talents being so close may just hold Infamous for a little while. But the Necrophos is all in. If he dies, that's it. They're going to go in now. They have all their spells. They're not going to wait for those 25 talents. Maybe Luna's going to be able to get it. Creep Wave. If she stayed there, it would have been 25. Range creep died. She was the only one who would have been in experience range. Okay, now she's 25. Got to get them stats going. Try to build up that Satanic on the way. Luna has no respect for the enemies at all. Look at it go. Glaive's starting to bounce. Arms got destroyed by that. Chronosphere only onto 1. There is no Global Silence. So there is a Global Silence used, but it doesn't really do all that much. Still the Jakiro taking a lot of damage. They lose the Luna to that Reaper's Scythe. That is not how that's supposed to work. There's a re-engagement Echo Slam soon enough. BKBs are out. Excel just trying to group them up, but it's already the racks to fall as the Catapult was not dealt with. And Leo Style is going to run away. That was a curious play there from Infamous to just walk up the high ground. BKB, 7 seconds. Not really sure about that. I mean, they used Global Silence, but still all the relevant spells were already out by the time that they used it. So you're sitting in the Macro Pyre, you're going to take a BKB Scythe from the Necrophos. Yeah, these heroes do have buyback, but the concern is that they don't have a Global Silence anymore. There's still an Echo Slam. There will be an Eclipse. Sonic Wave was spent in the midst of things as well. So given the state of the lanes, Midas Club can't really afford to push out right now. Maybe someday, but with Arax down, at least Tala actually has a big item here, the Maelstrom. You see, taking about forever to clear that creep wave. Only got 1 lightning proc though. That's kind of unlucky. But still is now actually able to accelerate somewhat in gold. And if they find this Queen of Pain, that'll be another good one. Yule Scepter will keep her safe from right clicks, but still won't save her. She does have a blink. Ice Path is there. Not dead. Force Staff Glimmer. Now the blink out. Pepita with the Fissure is maybe just going to straight save Leo Style. In fact, they will. Shiva's Guard is a good item. Now Excel, well, he's caught in the Ice Path. There's True Sight and a Scythe with his name on it. He still has that buyback. There's backdoor protection. Where's the creep wave? Coming in soon. Excel's going to buy out. He does not have a Global Silence yet, but it will be soon. Pepita's going to wall off this Viper, just letting the Queen of Pain poke at him a little bit. And Chain Stun. He'll get Force Staffed out. Pepita does have Blink and an Echo Slam. Stinger, not a great spot right now. Oh, and no Daytime. That means he can't fly up. It looks like they won't go for him. Is there really no more True Sight? No, there's a gem here on arms, so they could have gone for him. Just a little bit too scared of the initiation. Or I guess counter initiation. Vita though pushing forward very aggressively. Silencer is off in No Man's Land, who did buy back. Midas Club just want to back up themselves. Oh, here's this Chronosphere onto 2. This time the Global Silence is going to come up. They do have the Lightning returning some damage, but Earthshaker is down. And they kill off anyone here. The Luna lifted up. BKB is going to dodge the Ice Path. Now the Eclipse committed. Is going to do quite a bit of damage. Kills off the Void. Arms is isolated on the high ground. He's going to put up his Ghost and is going to try to teleport out of here. Looks like that will actually work out. Dual Scepter from the Quap not going to do it. In fact, everyone else is also going to leave. All ultimates minus that Shaker ult. We're committed there. Faceless Void, if he does buy back, if he waits 20 seconds, he'll have another Chronosphere. Otherwise, no point in buying out. There's just no threat there. But Infamous are in a really precarious position right now if they really decide to go for an aggressive play. Simply not having these ultimates, as well as not having certain buybacks. 2 now. Silencer and Shaker both holding on to that cooldown. It's not time to fight just yet. It's time to farm. I mean, they have a 17k lead. You would think with that amount they'd be able to just walk right in, but Chronosphere, man. Chronosphere.
Radiant's bottom barracks are under attack.
Luna's almost done farming. She's still extremely burstable, though. As long as you just cast a handful of spells on her, set up for that Scythe. Glimmer is pretty good. Additional 45%er. Off to the side, though. Down to Shaker. Will BKB Echo Slam onto 3. There is no Sonic Wave here, however. She's still Shiva's Guard, and the Luna Glaives doing so much damage. The Viper and his BKB will run out soon. There's an Ice Path and Macropyre here, and a Chronosphere, but it's purely defensively. Less than ideal, to say the least. In fact, it won't even save Tala, because Leo Style was going the other route. And now he's going to push forward, looking for more. That is a huge asset down the tubes. Again, you go for the Ag so that you have more consistency in that ult, but you will move forward and just force out 2 buybacks. For Infamous, that is the easiest play to make. Back off now on that Global Silence. Go for a little bit of Roche action, have an Illusion tank it. Have the other Illusion push, I guess. This Roche ain't gonna last long. Another Aegis Cheese. Last time, Luna completely disrespected the enemy team with that Aegis Cheese combo, and now might just do the same. 50 seconds left for another slam. But the fact that Viper and Kunkka both bought back means that if they get caught again and actually die, maybe the Viper more than the Kunkka. Oh, they misclicked the shrine again. Ice Frog, please fix this. It's so bad. It's so stupid. You can just click it to activate it. These heroes, if they go down, this Viper in particular, if he goes down, then it might just be GG. Luna is going to take a little bit of damage here, but the right clicks from the... Oh, they isolated the Necrophos. He does have a 4-staff on the team. BKB kind of sitting there taking right clicks from the Luna. They do have a Scythe. They do have Bow coming in. She'll 4-staff into the base with the Satanic active. Is just not dying. It's just the Luna by herself, wrecking absolutely everybody. Forcing them back. Another Ice Path will fly out. She still has that Aegis. Will finally go down. Actually, no one died except for that first Aegis. They have a Global Silence here. Luna, though, has now the cheese passed to her. There's a Chronosphere onto everyone. Global Silence is used. Echo Slam in the back will slow down the Viper's damage output, saving the Luna in the end. Now popping the cheese, popping the Eclipse, and absolutely shredding. There goes the Void, instantly buying back. The Viper is being dealt with on the side by Leo Style and Pepita. He'll be down for 100 seconds. Now jump forward onto Arms. He does have a Scythe, but he can't get it out. He and the Faceless Void both buy back, but the 2 casualties of war will stick. Jakiro and the Viper, the Flyers, cannot return to this fight. They still have yet to deal with Leo Style. Still have full HP, just going to work on the Faceless Void, who is going to die himself. That's GG called. And he's going to calmly walk into the enemy base. Spell Vamp is not that good, but still the allies are taking down the Ancients, and Infamous are going to claim game 1. Man, 40k net worth lead by the end of it. Jeez. I mean, it did feel like they were ahead. But it was also, not the kind of ahead where you just have the game on lock. Midas Club certainly had the ability to take those fights, but having gone for a very utility-heavy build in this Void, having gone for kind of late Ags and no amplification on that Necrophos, and Tala was struggling to do damage as well. We could see he was just right-clicking the Luna and doing a lot of nothing. Infamous just had way too much gold for the Midas Club to deal with. So, guys, this is going to put them at a 1-0 lead as they move try to move forward in the lower bracket. Game 2 is going to be in just a little bit, guys. I'm Mike Loris. I'll be right back.